Hi, welcome to this tutorial video on setting up Android Studio in Ubuntu. And this should work for any Ubuntu based distribution of Linux. There is some quite good instructions on the Android developers website, but the video that they've got on there does move quite quickly through the commands that they've run. So I'm just going to take it a bit slowly so that you can sort of see what I'm doing at each stage of the process. So first of all, what I'm going to do is open my Firefox browser, and I've got it open at developer.android.com/studio/index.html, and this is the page from which you can download Android Studio and the Android SDK all in one zip file, so that you don't need to sort of download them separately, and it all comes to get bundled together. So let's just download that then, and click on agree, and download Android Studio for Linux. And I'm just going to save this file for now, and I'll just wait for that to download. Okay, so that's downloaded now to my downloads folder. So I'm just going to open my file browser and go to downloads, and you can see I've got Android Studio, the zip file downloaded there. What I'm going to do now is open this with Archive Manager. And then I'm going to just extract it to my downloads folder. So I'm extracting it to my downloads folder. Click on extract, and it will extract the files to this new folder here, Android Studio, which is in my downloads folder. Okay, I can just close that now, and close Archive Manager. And then what I'm going to do now is open the terminal. So I've got a terminal window open here, and first thing that I'm going to do is move that Android Studio folder out of my downloads folder and into my user/local directory. So I've CD'd into my downloads folder, and I've listed the contents, and we've got that zip file that we downloaded from the Android developer website, and we've got the Android Studio folder that we extracted. I'm going to move this Android Studio folder to my user/local directory. So I'm going to move this folder that I've got here, Android Studio, to this directory here. Okay, then I'm going to cd into the directory that I've just moved Android Studio to, and I'm going to add /bin on the end of that file path. Then what I'm going to do is type studio.sh. Whoops, I've missed out a // on the beginning there. So I'm going to type /studio.sh. Okay, so I get the installation dialog for Android Studio. I haven't got any settings to import, so I just click I do not have a previous version of Studio, or I do not want to import my settings, and click OK. Then we get the Android Studio dialog. And once this is loaded, there's just a few more things that we've got to do to get a fully working Android Studio development environment set up and running. Okay, so we've got Welcome to Android Studio. Click on Next here, and choose a standard installation. We'll click on Next again, and click on Finish. This will download some extra stuff, and you can share details if you want to. And you just got to wait for this to download all of the things that it needs to. Okay, so once that's done, then click on Finish. And then you should get this Welcome to Android Studio dialog. So first of all, what I'm going to do is start a new Android Studio project, just to make sure that our IDE is working. I'm going to call it Test App. Give it any domain that you want, it doesn't particularly matter at this stage, and then click Next. Yeah, everything's fine there. Minimum SDK, API level 15, that will be fine because we're just testing the Android Studio. Click on Next. And then I'm just going to add in a basic activity, call it main activity, that'll be fine, and then wait for Android Studio to load in the project. Okay, so if we just close the tip of the day, We've got our project. If we click on the project tab here, we'll be able to see all the files in just a moment. Let's full screen this window and expand the app folder, expand the Java folder, expand that folder, and expand the layout folder. We've got our main activity layout file. So once we can see that our IDE is working as we would expect it to, and we've seen that we've got all our files in place for the start of our project, what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we can actually run Android Studio from the app launcher. So what we're going to do is click on Tools and create Desktop Entry. And what this will do is it will allow us to launch Android Studio from our list of applications. So click on OK there, just authenticate that. What we should be able to do is launch Android Studio from the search up here. So we can see Desktop Entry has been created, and if we just close this now, save our test app and close this. Okay, so once we've created that desktop entry, we can click on Search Your Computer. Okay, so once we've created that desktop entry, we can click on Search My Computer, type in Android, and Android Studio will come up in our list of applications. Click on Android Studio, and Android Studio will open. This virtual machine is a bit slow, so we'll just give it a moment. Okay, so that's how you install Android Studio and make it available via the app menu on your chosen distribution of Linux. So I've got it available there, and it will show my applications without me searching. And that's the end of this tutorial video. If you want more information, I recommend looking at the install guide for Android Studio on the developer.android.com. That's very good, and it's what I use to set up Android Studio on Linux in the first place. Okay, so that's the end of this tutorial video. Thanks for watching.